Sunday, the 18th of June, and we're on the Australian dollar, US dollar. So let's have a quick recap of this market from last week in relation to our Sunday analysis, and then we'll have a look at the market for the trading week ahead. Okay, so last week we were looking for reasons to get bullish in this market. So buying into pullbacks, breaks above resistance, and pullbacks into what would become support, looking for that strong movement up. So we started on Monday right here. We hesitated for a couple of days, and then you can see on the Wednesday we had that very, very strong bullish surge. Thursday we made a nice pullback, and Friday once again we shot higher. So looking at this market now for next week, the main things. Well, first of all, I'd like to start on the weekly chart. Now, I don't go into the weekly chart very often, however, I always look at it, have a quick glance at it, look at it in relation to the analysis that I am doing. However, it is worthwhile going over today. So, these key levels up here. So it's really the 7,000, around about 7,720 up to 7,780. This has been key resistance on the Australian dollar, US dollar, coming all the way back to April of 2016. You can see the market testing, and we've sold off, and we are now starting once again to pull back up for another test. If you actually drag this all the way back, what you can see is as the market was making this huge bearish movement, we found support, bounced, came down, hesitated at level, and then we broke through, and we have been testing it ever since. Now the market looks to be creating an ascending triangle. So you can see we've came down, we tested once again. You can actually see that this is a low, a slightly higher low, and then once again we have had a higher low. The potential is now coming for some sort of a breakout. So either a breakout to the upside of these levels or a breakout to the downside of this ascending triangle, and then looking for stronger continuation moves on the market. So it's worth having this in your mind. And then when you drop down onto the daily time frame, I'm going to look at these key levels once again. But there's the potential there for the breakout to either side. Potentially, we can see a false break and the market plummeting back down again. However, with us trading on the lower time frames, what we're most interested in is the key levels of structure, and then looking for the market breaking out to either side. So let's have a look at the daily time frame now. Okay, so just get rid of this and get rid of this. What I'm actually going to do is take these segments off of the chart, and then I can add in the key levels, what we're looking at for this week. Now, the first thing is we have came up and tested 3 times at these levels, around about 7,640 down toward 7,620. This has been acting as resistance for a number of days now. A breakout above here would be good to look for potential pullbacks, and then continuation up into these key levels toward 7,720, where this really strong resistance begins to start. Now, what we can also look for is if we continue to see resistance at these levels, the market pulling back, because what you can see is we've made a strong break up, a pause, a strong break up, and we haven't really had any sort of pullback as yet. So we can start to look for pullbacks down toward structure. So 7,570 down to around about 7,545. Lining up with this level here, we've paused and then broken through. We've actually already tested it here on the Thursday, and also lower at this previous swing right here, which is around about 7,530 to 7,500. This would be the bottom of the swing, lining up with the previous swing high here. Both are good areas to look for that potential continuation. This remains good resistance going into next week. Also, we can look for small dips in the market until we see that breakthrough, if we see that breakthrough. However, for this market to begin turning bearish once again now, we really need to make a strong break through these levels, the previous swing. If we're breaking above this level, as I've mentioned, we're coming up into the very strong levels of resistance. Now we can actually mark in a few more on this daily time frame. 7666 to 76. It's actually a little bit higher. Around about up to 7700. And then we get into the very key levels, which are the 715, all the way up to 750. Then we're coming up toward 770 and 780. You can see the test right here at that 780 level. This section up here really is the main level of resistance. For sell positions, I would really like to see the market pushing up into these levels and then looking for the bearish positions. Moving forward, we'll also be looking for strong breaks above these levels for that potential break up on the market. So that's a bit longer term. Depends how the market reacts, depends what movements we see next week. But those are the things that are on my radar moving forward now. Breaks above this level. Also that sloping support and resistance area. If we start to break below that level, I will be keeping it on my radar. And of course, I'll be going over it in the review videos also. But those are the main things for next week, guys. Really, this is the main resistance here. If on Monday we are opening below this level once again, we can continue to look for those sell positions. Certainly some sort of a pullback, continuation down toward the previous structure, and potentially looking at a breakout of that ascending triangle in the medium to longer term view. Okay, so that is everything for this week. As always, I hope that was helpful. I hope you all have a good trading week next week. I'm James Orr, and thank you.